Well, hi, everybody. Welcome to the Duff Athletic Center here on the campus of the University of Southern Mississippi. It has been a wild day around Southern Miss as the new football coach has been named, and he's with me now. Jay Hopson joins the Golden Eagles for, I guess, actually the third time. A couple of times, once as an assistant, once as the defensive coordinator, now as the head coach. What's this crazy day been like for you?
Crazy is a good word, John. It's been a great day. It's been a busy day. Certainly, it's been a whirlwind since I've got in town yesterday. I believe yesterday was probably more intense. You know, it was a tough day saying goodbye to one team that you had so much success and experience with, and then getting on a plane, coming here to meeting our team, and letting the guys get to know me, and right now into the recruiting, and now into the press conference. So it's been a busy day.
So I said, you've been to Southern Miss a couple of times before in your coaching career. What made you this time say, that's the place that I want to be?
Well, this has always been the place for me since I came back, I think, in 2005. Just love Hattiesburg, love Southern Miss. My children were born here. This is home to me, and hopefully we'll do the Golden Eagle Nation proud and have a long run here.
I know you always talk about Coach Jeff Bauer, who hired you here a couple of times at Southern Miss. He was at the press conference earlier today. What's Coach Bauer mean to you, and what are some things that you learned about coaching the game of football or handling young men that maybe you still use today?
Well, he's true. Coach Bauer's a true mentor, you know, and as a football coach, you know, even in a press conference, and it's flattering and it's great when you get announced in the standing ovations, but guys like Coach Bauer are the guys that truly deserve that. You know, you look at all the legends and the greats that have come through Southern Miss. I was fortunate enough to coach under Coach Bauer and be mentored by the all-time winningest football coach in the history of the school, and I've been blessed growing up in Mississippi to know the likes of PW, and so he used to hang out with me when I was the defensive coordinator at Southern Miss, and the list goes on. Coach Carmody is certainly a guy that's dear to my heart, and known him. Coach Hallman was a graduate assistant for him. Bobby Collins, of course, one of the all-time greats. Of course, I did never have the chance to work for Coach Collins, but I used to watch his great teams back in the 70s and the 80s, and it's certainly you know, it's just an honor and a privilege for me, and to be around and to learn from Coach Bauer is one of the greatest things that happened to me as a football coach. Coach Bauer was an organized football coach that basically was very structured and had a great work ethic.
You were busy with your team last year, had a great year at Alcorn State, so I don't know how much you kept up with Southern Miss. What do you know about this team and the team that you will inherit?
Well, I don't know a lot right now, to be honest with you, until I really get a chance to go out to workouts and see exactly what we have. The thing that I do know is it's a football team that battled through adversity over the last 3 years and came out last year as the Conference USA Western Division champs. And that's an accomplishment that everyone involved should be proud of, and that's something that we want to build on, you know, and that's our journey. We're not going to talk about last year was a great year. You know, we got a year coming up that we want to be a great year. We've just got to go to work, and that's one of the things that I talk about. You know, just let's look forward, put our eyes ahead, and just keep moving forward, and let's see if we can make this a consistent winner every year.
I know you talked about this a little bit at the press conference, but I mean, every coach is going to put his own little tweaks to the offense and defense, but for the most part, a lot of similarities. You'll spread it out offensively, and attack and defense will be like Southern Miss has always been known for, that attacking, nasty bunch defense.
Well, exactly. I mean, that is college football today. We want to be a high-tempo, fast-paced, spread offense, and we want to. Our offenses at Alcorn average over 40 points a game, and that's what we want to do here. You know, and defensively, we want to be a multiple attacking defense. I always call it a multiple 40. Give you a lot of different looks, but be aggressive. And we also want to be a solid special teams unit. I think all three phases kind of marry into each other, and I think that's a key to football, is always winning 2 out of those 3 phases.
Signing day is just a couple of days away. Talk about that a little bit, how you've sort of approached that coming in just a few days before signing day.
Well, it's always tough, but basically we don't have a lot of initials this year going into signing day. I think we have about 11 initials, so it is a relatively small class considering what we have left. And our guys are committed, and I think we've got some great football players that committed that are going to do a tremendous job. And I'm excited. I got a chance to meet 4 or 5 of the guys Sunday, and just fired up about them, and love the class, and just looking forward to coaching.
Your view, though, your philosophy kind of recruiting is to sort of well, kind of the old Bobby Collins, draw a circle 300 or 400 miles around Hattiesburg and get players in that area, but also to kind of build it up with the young guys, freshmen on up.
There's no question about that, Coxie. I mean, I kind of grew up in that Southern Miss era of you would drive through a town and you'd watch a football player and everybody said that's a Southern Miss guy right there, and that's kind of what I identify with. I think we have a great state, just wonderful football coaches in the state of Mississippi, and so we want local guys, and certainly in the surrounding areas. We're talking about South Louisiana, Alabama, the Panhandle of Florida. That's an area that's always been a great draw for Southern Miss, and we want to make sure that we get out there and let those players know what a great institution this is.
What's the response been? I know you've coached a lot of guys here at Southern Miss, guys that went on and played in the NFL, guys who were a part of championship teams here. Have you heard from a lot of your guys that you'd coached here at Southern Miss and guys maybe you'd coached with a little bit?
I have, and that's always heartwarming. It just, it's home. A lot of the former players have called, and I'm looking forward to seeing those guys. Had a chance today to see Austin, who was one of my last recruits before I left Southern Miss. Guys like Gerald McGrath, who I coached, and Antoine Cash, who is now coaching high school football in Mississippi. I've seen recently Rod Davis. I was watching, as a matter of fact, I think it was the Packers and the Redskins, and Tom Johnson's still doing well in the NFL, had a sack or two. So just to see all those guys doing well and maturing, and again, the list goes on with some of the guys. I know I saw Ettrick Pruitt not too long ago and talked to him on the phone. But it's great, and I'm missing so many too. But it's just great to hear from those guys, and just makes it feel like home.
One more question. I've heard you use this term a couple of times today. This is a destination job. What do you mean when you say that?
Well, I'm here for the long haul, and like I said, it's, there's certain points in your life that you come to, and you know where you want to coach, and you know where you want to live. And, our objective here is to be a consistent winner at Southern Miss. And again, this is a place where Jay Hopson wants to call up shop. If we're blessed enough to have the great run that we're going to fight to have, there's no more moving for Jay Hopson. I'm just thrilled to be here, and again, just privileged and honored to be your head football coach.
Well, it's great to have you back. I know I said earlier today to welcome you to the family, but really we're welcoming you back into the Southern Miss family. Doesn't seem like you've been gone very long, so we're excited about having you here. We know great days are ahead for Southern Miss, and certainly for Jay Hopson. Glad to have you and your family all back here, and we look forward to the season. It'll get here before you know it. Well,
it will be, John, and we're in the honeymoon stage right now. We know, and I understand it's all about winning football games, but we want to be champions on the field and in the classroom, and it's a great opportunity. We're looking forward to it, and just, again, I feel very blessed to be here.
Didn't take you long, too, to learn the Southern Miss?
To the top, and that was pretty easy.
All right. Well, Jay, great to have you back. Thanks for the visit, and we'll look forward to doing it again real soon.
Thanks, Coxie.
All right, Jay Hopson, he's the brand new head football coach here at Southern Miss. Thanks to him for spending a few minutes with us today to kind of get you a little closer look at the brand new head coach. Thanks again. We'll see you next time right here from the University of Southern Mississippi.